This was probably the longest that Scout had yet spoken to him. Scout was probably used to spending days on his own without speaking to anyone, so for him to speak at such length on a single subject must mean that there was even more behind his words than it first appeared. People on this planet may not just feel that they are forsaken, but questioning why they were abandoned. They would most likely be resentful or even angry about it. He certainly would have to treat the whole subject with great care. The wrong word or statement could produce an adverse reaction. Not everyone might be as friendly as Scout. "I'm ready to move on now, if that's all right with you," Gaia said. "It was just that I hadn't moved much in the last few days and my legs needed to get loose again, but I'm feeling much better now." "Ah, I know what you mean. Scout once injured her leg and didn't move much for 2 weeks. Yes, it took a while to feel normal again after that." Scout smiled back at Gaia, reminiscing about a shared experience. "We go now. Only a short journey, and back home we'll see everyone and everyone see Gaia have chosen." The remainder of the walk was slightly uphill. The main settlement appeared to be on a wide plateau with a very gentle slope on all visible sides. There were several small channels where the water flowed gently from the top of the plateau. Though it wouldn't have been the ideal place to start a settlement, it did have a reasonable chance of flourishing. They had already started to pass several areas of farmland with associated farmers who waved to Scout as they both waved back at the farmers. Scout, however, seemed determined to press on to the main settlement and didn't stop to speak to any of these people. Guy was surprised at the lack of curiosity shown by the farmers. He was certain that he looked very out of place compared to the natives of Hope, and yet the farmers seemed to regard him with indifference. Maybe it was the nature of farmers on Hope. They were focused on growing the crops and little else. Or maybe they expected that Scout was dealing with the situation and it didn't require their input. Once they crested the slope and the plateau opened up before Gaia, he now had his first ground-level view of the settlement. In the distance there appeared to be what was beyond a doubt some form of spaceship. Indeed, it did appear, at least from this distance, to be intact. The houses that you could also see seemed to be of a relatively simple, yet sturdy and practical design, though there didn't appear to be any form of brick or stone used in their construction. And again, it seemed to be coming back to the lack of any technology being used to assist these people. He continued to wonder at this. Why hadn't the first settlers taken some steps to assist in the starting of the colony? As Scout and Gaia moved towards the middle of the settlement and closer to the spacecraft, they started to come across people conducting other professions other than farming. These included weavers, cooks, and a tool maker. These people did seem to take more of an interest in the pair, and they progressed as they seemed to have a group of people now following them, including several children. Scout seemed to be leading him towards a large building slightly to the left of the spacecraft. The craft itself was now much closer than it was when he first saw it. Probably made a controlled landing since the external structure was intact. However, the landing gear and the lower part of the craft was covered in soil, so he couldn't be certain of that. As for the main building, it was probably a meeting hall or a similar type of building. It was surrounded by a large number of smaller dome structures, the purpose of which Gaia couldn't immediately identify.